Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Brian with OldSaltAdventures. We're a fairly new channel that was created to inspire the older generation fishermen that it's never too late to learn new techniques and try new saltwater fishing products. If you haven't already, it would help us out if you click the subscribe and like buttons. I appreciate that. I'm off the water today in the office reviewing a new jig head from a company called EbbNFlow Outdoors. You know, when looking for jig heads, there are always concerns about the effectiveness of keepers and how to keep soft plastics secure after catching fish. Generally, soft plastics tend to pull loose after sometimes just one fish. This has partly to do with the fact that most, if not all, saltwater fish species have teeth, and they can wreak such havoc on your artificials. Some fishermen even use superglue to keep their soft plastics on their jig heads. I've also noticed the industry seems to be moving toward bigger and more aggressive keepers to address that. That's noticeable in other popular brands in the industry. Today, let's take a closer look at EbbNFlow's jig head they call the UpGrade.
This jig head has some very unique and well thought out features. Notice the head of the jig has a different shape to it. You might say a keel-like shape. This allows for better tracking and stabilizes the jig head as it moves through the water. EbbNFlow uses large reflective eyes that won't come off easily. I think the big eyes make the jig head seem more lifelike to the fish. For those of you who make your own bucktail jigs, they've added a flange on the neck for tying on bucktail hair. This flange will keep it from slipping. EbbNFlow also uses the best black nickel 2X mustad hooks that will stand up to the biggest of fish. Now for what makes the jig head different. Notice the keeper is more aggressive than most. This grabs on the soft plastic better in my opinion. You pair this up with a Z-Man Elastec soft bait product and you will have a bait that works for a long time. Lastly, notice the position of the keeper. It is not up front by the jig head like so many others. It is back toward the bend of the hook to ensure that the jig head descends on a more level plane and not nose down. They do offer their jig heads in a variety of sizes from 1/8 ounce all the way up to 2 ounces. Their jig head colors are silver, purple, white, and red.
Another thing that is important to mention is that the keeper should not add extra weight to the jig head. A lot of manufacturers weigh the jig heads as the specified weight and then they add the keeper, which pushes it over the intended target weight. EbbNFlow combines the jig head and the keeper to reach the desired designated weight of the jig. In plain English, a 1/8 jig head weighs 1/8 ounce. Overall, I think this is probably one of the best jig heads on the market right now. I use them and I like them so much I am making this video because I want others to know about them. I've listed a 15% discount code down below if you want to try them. I think you'll be surprisingly pleased with the results. Well, that's all for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them below and I'll do my best to respond. Until next time, remember, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Tight lines, and God bless.